I'll show you that you can make your characters look good with 3 colors or less every time if you listen to what I have to say next. It's about deliberate limitation. Why, you may ask? Limitation removes noise. That's because we're often overwhelmed with too many choices. With digital tools, we have unlimited colors, unlimited paint, and unlimited Control Zs. So, what do? We hesitate, we overthink, and we stall. So, by consciously setting constraints, you can make faster decisions, explore choices you normally wouldn't, and think more creatively. Okay, so let's bring it back to palettes. A limited palette does not mean limited possibilities. Instead of looking at what you don't have, look at what you do have. From just a few colors, you can still explore value, which is light and dark. You have saturation, which ranges from intense to muted. And you should also think about materials, such as cloth, wood, skin, etc. The material should still read as said material despite having unusual colors, right? Now, let's look at some limited color palettes. We can clearly see that these designs look dope despite having a limited palette. Here's another example by Axel Sauerwald. He's created a whole lineup of characters using the same palette and made it work. So, how is that? He is cleverly using ratios, and ratio controls focus, balance, and visual hierarchy. We can think of it in terms of proportions, using big, medium, and small. I'm sure most of you have heard of this, but it's often ignored and not practiced as much as I think it should be. The big is the color dominating the space here. The medium is the supporting color, and the small is the accent color, taking up the least space. And we can play with ratios of these colors, in which I will show more of later. Another ratio we should consider are the ratios of saturation, and there's lots to play with here. This one is by Virgil Hu, which is mostly desaturated with small spots of high saturation, while this one by Rhino Tuna is mostly saturated with soft breaks and color harmony. And lastly, Axel's character here is mostly desaturated with larger areas of medium saturation. Heck, we can even just stick with just one hue and play with saturation and value, like this one by Sang Soo Young. Notice the different areas with varying levels of saturation to create areas of interest and areas of rest. With this knowledge in mind, I'll show you what I did as an exercise. I picked 3 colors for my palette, and I also decided to pick a theme, in this case, Oni. That's just to help me explore something specific while I'm designing, since I need my actual character line art prepared so I can start coloring. I'm really going diverse with my shapes and possibilities here, exploring a swordsman demon, a burly brute, and some sort of witch with a face you can't tell is a mask or if it's actually her face. Now, I'm making sure my actual designs are cool. I'm not about to add colors and render these out if I don't like the sketch. So keep that in mind when you're doing a similar exercise. Now, as I move on to colors, I keep things simple and non-destructive. That means I like to work in layers before I decide to merge anything. What I'm doing here is not necessarily the way to do it, but it is a tried and true method which can really save you if you decide to make edits. This is especially true when working with clients. As you can see, I assigned the colors to skin, clothing, armor, hair, etc., and use the colors in my palette where I see fit. And to make my ratios work, I end up reusing colors in different places, such as the hair for the swordsman being the same color as the pants. This is not a bad thing. Remember, we can separate elements using saturation, value, and material rendering. Once we get to the rendering stage, we shouldn't jump ahead here, of course. Now, let's take a look at these characters and their ratios. The swordsman uses a classic 60-30-10 color ratio, with blue as the accent color. The brute here has all the colors switched. We can see the accent here taking up more space. And lastly, the witch Oni, which follows the same idea as the brute one, but the ratios are pushed a lot further. medium and accents take up much less space. And because of this, I decided to push the saturation of the red to create focal points. So as we can see, there are no fixed ratios, but maintaining a hierarchy between them is very important. You can even change colors on your character using different color schemes and maintaining the big, medium, and small ratios. But remember that the colors that are being picked is not random. There's usually a color scheme such as complementary, analogous, triad, etc. And if you're really lost, I can recommend color.adobe.com. There you can actually create different types of color schemes very easily. I use it sometimes when I feel a little stuck. And just for the argument's sake, let's say you don't want to follow the ratios we just discussed. That's totally valid, and here is how that can backfire. I'll give two examples of the characters I just made. With the swordsman Oni here, we can tell that the saturation is way too strong. And not only that, the red and white is competing for space here, creating a not so appealing ratio. With the brute, all of the color elements are competing for space equally, and it's getting messy, right? So if we just revert to what we had before, we can more easily tell what is more appealing. So in conclusion, limited palettes aren't as restrictive as you may think. They're a tool. They help you control ratios, guide focus, and explore more with less. So by limiting your choices, you can actually make stronger, more intentional decisions. And here's an exercise for you. Pick 2 to 3 colors and design a variety of characters with just those colors. I hope you enjoyed this video. If there's anything here that stood out to you and you're curious, we actually have courses. I can recommend Basics of Character Design for video games, which actually goes over what you need to know in order to build a character from scratch. Design Foundations 1 dives much deeper in design than what is being mentioned in the video here. And if you're just starting out with digital painting, then we got you covered as well. There are no limited seats or waiting list. You can get them today and pace yourself however you like. Links are in the description. Other than that, I want to say thank you, and please like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this.